Hey, what's up you guys, it's Forge here and welcome back to another Minecraft mod review. Today we are doing the Flux Networks mod. So yeah, if you do enjoy it, as always, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. Let's get into the video, guys. Okay guys, so first things first, we have to get the actual flux. And as it says on the flux, it is obtained by throwing redstone in fire or lava. So basically you're going to grab yourself some redstone, either some lava or a flint and steel. You can either do this, or you can just find a pool. And you can just chuck your flux in and it doesn't burn, which is real nice. Or you can chuck your redstone in lava and that also doesn't burn, thankfully. But you have to jump in the lava. But yeah, that is how you obtain the flux. So let me just get rid of these holes. The next thing we are going to need to make is one of these Flux Cores. These are basically the basic crafting component of the whole mod. This is made with 4 obsidian, an eye of ender, and 4 flux around the outside corners, and you get 4 Flux Cores. Then you're going to need a flux block that is made with 5 flux. It's kind of like a TNT pan, and 4 Flux Cores, and you get some of these flux blocks, which are crafting components, and also building blocks as well, if you want them to be. Okay, so the next thing we have is, this is where we start getting into the actual mod, is the Flux Controller, and this is made with 5 of these flux blocks like so, a flux core and 2 flux, and we're going to grab one of these guys and we're going to come down here. So this is basically a wireless power transport network mod. So basically this is your controller. Please select a network, so create a new network, so that is create new network. So you can change the name up here if you want, so Forge Net, which is what I tend to call mine. You can change it to what type of access. You can change the conversion to like EU, RF, all types of different one. You can have you can specify what you want, so you have applied energistics energy, forge energy, Tesla, redstone flux, EU, MJ, and yeah. So I'm going to go with redstone flux, that's RF. You can change the color of it, of your network, so, and then you press create. So then if you come onto here, you select ForgeNet, and that is the network you are set on. So yeah, now you can change the name of the actual Flux Controller, so we'll call this Flux Controller because it kind of tells you what it is. You can change the priority it has over the network, so we'll leave that at 0. And we can turn a transfer limit off if we want. And yeah, we can enable wireless charging on this thing as well. This thing can wirelessly charge everything in your inventory basically, but we don't have anything for that. We can choose what's going to get charged, so we can change this. This is configure wireless charging, so if we don't want armor to get charged, we can turn that off. If we don't want our baubles inventory to get charged, we can turn that off. Our inventory, our hotbar, and left hand and right hand. And yeah, so that's the network selection, so let's select your network. You can see what's on your network. I'll get more into that as we go place more blocks down basically. You can see the network stats, you can see the input, the output, the storage, transfer, you can see the buffer, you can see the storages, controllers, blah 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 blah. You can allow players into your network if you set it to restricted or private, I'm not sure. This is the debug network. It basically does tons of checks and you can edit it by changing a few things in here. And that's basically how the Flux Controller works. So let's go ahead and move over to the Flux Plug. As it says below it, again, this is for adding energy to the network. So this is made with a flux block and 4 flux cores around like so, and you'll grab one of these and you'll plug it into whatever you want energy to go into. So if you had a big reactor power port, you just put it right next to it and it would connect on into it. I should have really installed an energy mod for this, to be honest with you. But yeah, you select the ForgeNet and this would be your input then. So you disable the transfer limit unless you don't want to, but you know. You can set the priority to higher, whatever. Again, you can see what's in the network. So now we have a Flux Controller and a Flux Plug in the network. We can sort by the priority, energy transfer, transfer limit, dimension number, connection type, connection name. Yeah, and you can change the sort and direction up and down. You can show connected blocks, false, true, clear filter settings, connected tiles, disconnect selected from network. So if I select this, I can disconnect it from the network. You can load the chunk, unload the chunk, whatever. You can show the plugs only. You can not show the plugs, you can not show the points, you can not show the storage units, and you can not show the controller, so you can basically find the things real quick. So now we have one plug, but we have no input right now. And these are pretty much all the same. And this guy's basically for putting energy into it. And you'll see they changed color to the network color. So if I had a thing here, it would be putting energy in. Let me go install a mod real quick to show you how this works. Okay guys, I am back and I have the thermal expansion mod installed now after much struggle. Let me see if I can find it actually. Wait, did I not install the right thing? Thermal. Okay, I do have it, okay. I don't know where the Steam Dynamo is right now. Is it under blocks? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we'll stick a Steam Dynamo on this guy, and you'll see he connects into him. And we'll grab some coal blocks and an aqueous accumulator and some water, just so I don't have to refill this guy all the time. I don't think he doesn't have anything. So there you go, we have energy coming into this thing now. So if we go into network statistics, we have input. Alright, there's nowhere for this to go. Uh-oh. So next thing we need, that wasn't planned at all by the way, I'm just playing it off smooth. It's the Flux Point. This is for removing energy from the network. So this is made with a redstone block and I think, no, you don't get more than one, and 4 Flux Cores. You don't get more than one in either of these. So if I grab this guy and we're going to place a Flux Point here, we're going to connect it to the Forge net, obviously. We're going to turn the transfer limit off because I want to. We can set the priority to 1 if we want. And we're going to, well, this is all pretty much the same. So if I come into here and I grab a redstone furnace, for example, and I place that guy here, you'll see there's energy starting to fill in. And if we go into here, network statistics, we'll see input 80 RF per tick, output 80 RF per tick, 1 controller, 1 point, 1 plug. So, I just clicked off the screen by accident then. So if we go ahead and I grab some cobblestone, and I grab a hopper so I can keep this thing going. Let me set an output here and input there, and we'll go like this, and we'll go like this. There you go. That should keep going now. So yeah, now we're using power at a constant rate, and we're producing it at a constant rate as well. Let me just go like this. I don't have to fill this in either. So there you go. I'm glad I installed thermal expansion now. This is actually really helping. But yeah, so now if we want to control, this is a Flux Configurator basically. This allows you to edit the network. So this is made with an ender pill, 2 flux, and 2 obsidian, like so. And this guy allows you to basically select my world's doing a weird thing. Sorry about that, guys. So yeah, if we want to, we can just come along and we'll select ForgeNet as the network, and we can turn redstone always active, never active, active with redstone. So we can basically turn it off. We can turn the priority mode over. We can turn the transfer limit on and off. We can enable the limits, false, true, whatever. And you can basically just configure. You can see what's in the network and through this thing. You can see the input, the output. You can see the players that are allowed, the debug, and you can edit the network, etc. just from this little guy here. This is basically your portable way of editing the network, essentially. That's all this thing does. And then you have the admin one, obviously. And this isn't craftable, but you can basically just find any network in the system. So you can basically use it as a debugging tool if you're the server admin. And say I'm not Forge 1, for example. But I could still access it, and you can transfer ownership to a different owner, etc. That's basically what the admin configurator is used for. So yeah, there's only a couple more things for this mod now, and that is the Flux Storages. And the first one is the basic Flux Storage. This is made with 6 Flux blocks and 3 glass panes, if I can get my words out. And if we just come over here, plonk it down, please select the network, ForgeNet, and this guy will basically just start storing energy produced by this guy. So we can see, if we come into statistics, we have network buffer 20.4 KRF, transfer 140 RF per tick, input 160 RF per tick, output 20 RF per tick, and the storage change is 140 RF per tick as well. So you'll see this guy is slowly filling up, and this guy can hold up to 256 KRF. If that's not big enough, say we were dumping more power in, let me grab a creative energy cell, I think. I don't know if they're actually installed, so energy, no, there's no creative energy cell in here. Okay, I wasn't sure. I haven't installed every thermal expansion mod right now, just the basic ones. So then we can get the Herculean flux storage. It's made of 6 basic flux storages and 3 glass panes. I really can't words today, I don't know why. And this holds, what, 12.8 million RF per tick. So if we wanted this guy, and we connect this to the ForgeNet, and this guy would slowly begin to build up power, very, very slowly, because, you know. So we should have 70 RF per tick going into both of these right now. So let's just disconnect this from the network. If I break it, does it disconnect it, or does it keep going? It keeps going. Let's set this to priority 1. So this should fill up slightly quicker than this. But yeah, we can see the network buffer is now 13.1 million RF per tick. You can see there are 2 storages. If we come into the networks, we can see the 2 storages in here as well. And we can see there's other things going on. If we wanted to dump more power, and we could. And the final thing is the gargantuan flux storage, and this holds 128. I don't know if that's mega or million. I'm not actually 100% sure, so I'm not actually going to say it. RF per tick. And that is 6 Herculean flux storages and 3 glass panes. That actually seems pretty cheap for all the power storage. I might use this as my next power storage, because these are fairly decent. And yeah, we'll see if we set this to priority 2, then this should start pulling all of the RF in, and this should actually start running out. Oh no. Okay, so we'll see this guy starts to fill in. This guy's filling in as well, but yeah, that's basically what the energy storages do. And we'll see we have a network buffer of 141.1 RF per tick. That could be mega, it could be, I think it's going to be mega RF per tick, or it could be million, I don't know. I can't actually remember right now. But yeah, that is basically everything in the Flux Points mod. If you guys don't believe me, you can look in the creative inventory yourself. There really isn't much, but it's a very useful mod. It's very useful for wireless transportation, energy transportation. I definitely recommend it. It is a very good mod and very customizable, very, you know, easy to use. And if you guys, you know, you use the tutorial as well, it should be even easier to use because I know how to use the mod pretty well. So yeah, yeah. Okay guys, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.